what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Welcome to our website. We got loads of news and gossip for you today. But first, here's a new song.
The moon, the stars, the sky. Come on closer, baby, let the lights go out. Yeah. We fall and then we rise. No more alibis, I wanna hide now. Yeah. Fall into the fire, baby, we could ride the night, yeah. I'ma show you, or we could shine the light, yeah. Lift your hands, free your mind and mind combine and float up to the higher. It's okay, it's okay. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love, pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love, pure love. Pure love, pure love. Pure love, pure love. Walk a straight line, how many fingers? An ecstasy, fragrance lingers, yeah. And those endless conversations, and you feel it floating now. I finally got you, and I'm following you into the fire. Baby, we could ride the night, yeah. I'ma show you, or we could shine the light, yeah. Lift your hands, free your mind and mind combine and float up to the higher. It's okay, it's okay. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love, pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love, pure love. Pure love, pure love. Pure love, pure love. Hold me up, cause you never wanna drop me, not me. Got the key, dancing to unlock me. Side to side, your like fingers don't faze me. Crazy to say, but nothing's gonna stop me. You're talking to get you. I ain't playing with you. I ain't playing with you. You should say what you say. Oh, come on, get it longer. Oh, come on, get it longer. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love, pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love, pure love. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love, pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love, pure love. Show you, let me show you pure love, pure love.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
My bell got stuck.
Your stomach got stuck?
Welcome to a beautiful Wednesday hump day. And yes, we started an hour late because we got a lot of stuff going on in the studio.
Yes, we did.
We got Dawn's walls up, and we had to get special permission to put up new works of art.
I know, the boys got me. My boys, they protect Mama.
Yeah. I'm going to call you by your boy name. Anyway, the other option of this thing is that Amy has asked that all of these paintings be changed for the summer.
Okay. It's
So
only
after
April.
I fainted and they brought me back to life, the coffee machine exploded. So there was coffee on my shoes.
There was milk everywhere.
Mother Teresa says, you got coffee on your shoes.
There was milk
And
everywhere.
She's cleaning the coffee on my shoes. Okay, all right, get away. Everywhere.
It wasn't a disaster yet, though, but we had it.
It was
Got our Ring doorbell
pretty close.
A Ring doorbell is up?
Yeah, that's kind of strange. You're going to need to talk about that doorbell thing.
Why?
Because that doorbell thing rings all the time. Like when the cars go by.
It keeps going off. Motion detector,
Yeah.
motion
In
detector.
English, yes, it keeps
Motion
going. So
detector.
that's a problem.
Not really. And how you know? That's how you keep the door locked. You know who's there.
Well, I'm not going to turn on my ringer until after the show because Teddy hasn't heard. She says, and there's nobody there.
The whole time it keeps going off. But what a great morning today. We had our drive-by. We had breakfast dropped off by Cassie Eubanks. So thank you, Cassie. Everyone's enjoying a little bit of lunch and brunch. You brought in some bagels
Even
and
Debbie
cream
took-
cheese for
even
everybody.
She ate a bagel.
It's been a day, I know. Bagels are delicious. So she'll be joining us on Monday. Cassie Eubanks is coming back. That was a great show. A good friend of Tracy McDonough's and new mom, Tracy Latome. Hello, this is Tracy, Seminole Hard Rock Casino. How may I help you? Sexiest
that
voice in
Tracy?
town. Both Tracys. She's a friend of both Tracys now. Tracy New Mom watched the show so much, she has then reached out to Cassie, and they've become good friends.
And I want to say, yes, Tracy, I had a coffee with a lid on it this morning. Thank you for caring. You were the only person that wrote in.
Yeah, they paid attention. And Amy said it was the first time she's been in the car with us, so who's in the back seat is the new segment we got going
She's
on.
hilarious. She was dying back there. She says, this is really weird.
It's a little weird who goes in the car with Mom and Dad.
And the way Dawn drives makes it a whole lot more weird. But anyway, welcome to today's show. We actually
Thanks.
did a
Thank you,
Fuego
guys.
2.0
Twice.
with Dr. Deb. I call her Doc.
Debbie Farris.
That's her last name?
Beyond the Breaking Point. Debbie Farris was on last night on Tell Us Your Biz with Teddy and co-host Slick joined Teddy on
Which
the
was
radio
phenomenal.
last
It
night
was
at
pretty
7
good.
o'clock.
Did you see Slick's eyes last night?
It was a great show. They did a great show. Beyond the Breaking Point, that you can get the book on Amazon. Debbie came in today to do a show on Fuego. She got to do it twice, so that was kind of cool.
She actually did it in Spanish. So the only regulation to doing for Debbie to do the show was you have to speak to me in Spanish. You cannot speak to me in English because she was prepping.
I said it was great. She said, you don't understand what I said. I don't know, but it sounded really good.
I could have said blah, 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 and it would have been fine.
Yeah, but I understood. And you didn't say blah, 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 blah.
No, I spoke. I don't think I've spoken that much Spanish, uncontested, forever. Truly.
Forever?
Forever.
The funny
It's been a
thing
long
is,
time.
Deb asked me last night because I didn't even know she spoke Spanish until last night. Did you know? You did?
We
Did I
talked
know?
about it last week about her hosting a
I thought she
Fuego
was
in
kidding.
Spanish.
She says to me, I need to do
That's
a
her
show
first
in
language,
Spanish.
right? Spanish was your first language, kind of like at the same time?
It's kind of a mix. It's really a mix because I was born in Latin America. I went to school in Spanish till I was 21, but then we spoke English at home. So I dream in English, if that means anything, but I grew
You
up in
remember
Spanish.
your dreams?
Sometimes.
Are they in black and white or color?
Color. For the most color. Once in a while, black and white.
Makes a lot of sense.
Do people really dream in black and white?
Sure.
Do you guys dream in black and white or color?
No, never.
You don't dream?
I grew up in color, I guess, so that's all I know.
You all dream in color?
You grew up in color. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Wasn't it black and white back then? Everywhere?
Like for the ancient people here?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. When the dinosaurs and us roamed.
Yeah,
it
the
was in black and
ancient.
white.
Do you know anyone that dreams in black and white?
Yes.
You do?
Of course.
Really?
Are they colorblind? Yeah.
Yes, then they're colorblind. They're colorblind in their dreams. Ay, Dios mío.
Oh, dear me. But last night was a great show, and everyone, Annan was hopping last night. All of the crew.
Now, I want to, Slick, where's your mic? I want to bring up a subject that me and Slick put together because the three amigos are sitting at the back table. I just want to announce that we have the Comcast table working hard. Except I can't see where Slick is, so Slick blew the bit. Slick,
I don't know where he is. Maybe he went to the restroom. I don't know where he is.
does anybody know where Slick is?
He ran out. Oh, there he is.
He ran out.
He's hiding.
Wow, this is amazing. We'll get back to the Comcast table, I guess, later.
So they're working on a commercial over there in the back end of the studio. Debbie's here with us. There's Slick. He's talking to Amy.
Hey, Slick! You want to pick up a mic and do the bit?
Oh, of course, yeah, of course.
You want to put your bagel down?
There's a few mics over there.
I don't want to.
He doesn't want to. Wait, apparently you and Dan are wearing the same shoes today.
Parent, yeah. You know,
It's a whole thing.
I called Dan.
Let's go to camera 3.
Yeah.
Camera 3, you have a set?
Oh yeah.
Because I have a set on the couch.
Yeah, it's only set on. Yeah,
It's only set on the
guys, come
couch.
on to the couch, guys.
But I can't tell you it was set for them to stand. It was set Amy at the couch if they were going to sit.
That
But far be it
that
from...
that wasn't the bit, but okay.
On the seat, guys. Yeah.
Now,
So-
did anybody turn on camera 3? Oh,
Yeah, camera 3 is on.
Hey, that's a great.
I said it for one person, not 4 on the couch.
There you go. That's fantastic. Keep going. Keep going until you hit Arizona. Move it to the left. There you
Well,
go.
clearly you guys run it by trial by fire, right?
Yeah, how are you liking this, Debbie?
I gotta tell you that this was talked about before we went on the air. But
What
of
was
course,
talked about?
The guy that I followed to our Comcast shoot night yesterday
Uh-huh.
decided to take me from a 15-minute drive to an hour and 10 minutes, local. He showed me all of Florida on the way down to Sunrise or wherever the hell that was.
Commercial, you were down in Fort Lauderdale.
Meanwhile, and I've been calling him Slick, Kyle. Kyle?
His name is
Is that
Riley.
your real name?
No, it's Riley.
That's your name for him.
His name is Riley,
Yeah.
but
Listen,
yeah.
I
It's another
told you,
Irish name.
me and names. I got Blockade over there. I got
Blockade.
Riley. And I got the Dandy Dan over here.
Dan and Slick.
So you got there 30
The
minutes
Dandy
before
Dan.
us because you didn't follow Slick.
No, I saw you guys turn and I was like, nope. Kept going.
So I'm following you from now on. Now,
Check this
I'm from the
out.
Bronx.
And
I
for
don't know
everybody
nothing-
who wants to know, this is what really happened.
That
we
is
all
what happened.
took 3 different ways of getting there.
We didn't carpool.
I came in second place, so my way was the second fastest.
All roads lead to
So
Rome.
Freddie was, yeah. All road leads to Commercial Boulevard, but Freddie was the
know,
last.
I anticipated this answer. Because when we were driving back and you were in front of me, we stopped at a light here in Boca.
Correct.
And you had a disco going on in your car.
Disco tech,
And your arms were waving. You were going. I have it all in my phone.
yeah,
Your
because
hands were through the sunroof. There were people laughing
Yeah, it
at how
was-
you were acting.
it
And I
was-
said to you, yo, bro, that was like Studio 54. In
yeah, it was like Taco Tuesday. Like I had to, I felt the energy.
That's
of
how you got
Tuesday.
there so quickly.
So let me ask you about this lineup I see on the couch over there.
Yeah, it's my lineup.
Mo, Larry, Curly, and the extra stooge.
The X.
What are you guys working on for Comcast?
What? You guys can call?
Yeah, we're working on 4 segments of a commercial, doing the voiceovers now, and then we're gonna go out and shoot some media and the visuals
Yeah,
behind
so,
it.
yeah, and it's for Triumph, their public adjuster, and they want to basically he wants to press on the fact of home inspections and saving money on home inspections because people that I'll say your pipe burst and you don't know what to do, or you got water blockage and you don't know where it's coming from, they're the guys to come in and I'll say straighten out everything. And for social distancing, they have like this nice 3D camera that works like Google Maps that they can just come in one day, scan your whole home, and don't have to come back anymore for the ones that are worried about people coming into their homes and figuring out ways to just
fix
coming
the
into their
problem.
home. Yeah,
Yeah.
coming into their home.
They
They
also
just
have a thermal camera so they can check leaks like through the wall without like tearing your wall apart.
And they give you all this as a gift when they leave, so you can always. And the funny
What do you
thing
mean they
is,
give it to you as a gift?
when it's on a drive.
Oh, they give you the film. Okay.
And it's funny because I know that you were writing in about your roof, 21 years in
Yes.
companies to do this. The nice thing about what this company does is anything that has to be broken, that's broken, they fix, right? So they can actually heat up. They can fix water leaks in your pool, around your property. they were talking about, you ever have a toilet that backs up?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't, you do a plunger and everything else and you can't get it fixed? Mm-hmm. And somebody snakes it? Mm-hmm. He was telling me 9 out of 10 times there's a leak
Really?
in the foundation, underneath the house.
Ooh.
And that's why, and he says if it happens again, you got a leak. And they put this camera in there. They love cameras. And they find the leaks. It's unbelievable.
How do they fix them?
It's called jigging a hole, baby.
There's no other way to fix it,
Yeah,
right? It's
there's
not
no
like you
other
can
way.
go with a snake and put a Band-Aid on it. You have to really dig and fix it.
You got to replace, well, that's what they do. They do all of that kind of work.
But that's part of the Comcast program that we're working through. AMP Media Productions Agency is now the agency to Comcast. And instead of putting one business on many, many platforms, we're able to break it up into chunks to make it available and affordable for any business to get their business out on Comcast.
And I'm being nice because I got 3 more that called in today. We're going to do 3 more. So you guys, I need this today, not tomorrow.
it's gonna be,
I need
yeah.
it
3 o'clock.
today. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be done.
Teddy came out and told them 3 o'clock today.
Yeah, 11:59.
In a very serious tone, so we got it.
Teddy told him in a serious tone.
Serious.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Teddy.
Well, because she knows what's coming, guys. You guys don't understand.
We just have to make it. We just gotta keep it
You
turning.
got to keep it flowing.
We're cooking with
On
hot
top
grease.
of that, we got the Brazilian shows coming in. We actually have 2 Brazilian shows to tape tomorrow. We got another Fuego tomorrow. We got a few other people doing stuff. So you guys are going to have to be mobile.
The magic
and you're
is
going to have to go
happening.
down to do some film work. So
Gotcha.
Monday
Forward
is
to
film
it.
work, by the way.
Got a lot of stuff going on. Today we're heading over to the pond to Tony McKenzie. She's got a great guest, which again, Tony's guests are just unbelievable at Manchester.
And that's another thing. We have Manchester tomorrow. We got
You've got,
BYOB.
you
What is
also
Manchester?
have,
Yesterday's desk
Yeah.
this week. I changed it to next week.
you've got Lady B though.
That's why I changed it to next week.
She's going to be every Thursday though.
Yes, we're going to go 5 days a week from over the pond. 5 different shows.
I mean, Lady B is every Thursday.
Yeah, they're going to have to double up.
What is Manchester?
Manchester, England. Every Wednesday, we do a segment with Tony McKenzie, who is an author of Your Flight to Happiness, First Love Yourself, FLY, and she brings in a great guest. So today's guest, we're going to get to meet her in a few minutes, and she works with kids.
We want to diversify. So we want to open up studios in Europe.
Every
Across
day,
the
I know.
pond.
Across the
That's what
pond.
they call it. They call us fish and chips, but that's another.
You learn a little bit more about what we do every day, right?
Yes, it's fascinating.
It's fascinating.
And tomorrow, I don't know who's here tomorrow, but Captain Tiny's coming tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
So before you leave today, 1, 2, 3, 4, I need 4 pirate names. They cannot be used before.
I was
So
just about
Blackbeard
to
is
ask.
done.
Is it a coincidence that you want to open a studio across the pond right as you're getting the pirate ship coming here?
Oh,
But I'm sorry, you haven't been here.
We're
You've been
escaping.
working at WNN. We have Studio D, like in David. We are going to the Boca Raton Airport, and there is a plane, a private jet company, that is going to allow us to use their backdrop with their 2 jets in a hangar for us to do a show. So yeah, it's a coincidence. I never thought it was going to happen.
and we've got Faye Evans joining us, an interactive musical theater show for children. Fred the Musical. You've got to be kidding me.
That's what it's called.
Fred the Dinosaur. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I used to read Fred the Dinosaur.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Fred the Dinosaur.
I
You've
know
heard of
the
Fred?
Dinosaur, yeah.
Was that like Fred X and Fred Talks?
Fred Talks. In the summer, we doing Fred Talks.
Fred
Remember
the
that.
Fire Sneezing Dragon.
That's when I get upset. That's when I look at Slick and I,
Monday. That's a Monday.
Godzilla.
for you.
Tony
That's-
has a funny sense of humor to bring Faye on. Well, it'll be interesting though.
it's a lot of fun. We are only going to go in one direction, which is this way. Because the only way to stay in this business, and trust me when I tell you this, is you got to be better than you were yesterday. And if you think that yesterday was enough, don't be in this business.
So I got to ask you a question. And our crew, we finished 3 weeks of working with the high school, 5 weeks of working with the
I know,
elementary
I
and
need
middle
IV.
school. I'm
Yeah.
exhausted. But did you learn anything from the kids?
I learned a lot.
What'd you learn?
I learned that children, when I used to coach, it was one set of minds. It's changed today. There is no one track towards kids. You better be able to make adjustments. I mean, some of the things that I have seen coming out of that thing, out of that school, just blow me away. The way they think, the problems that they have, what they're facing right now. Tough, man. It is tough to be a kid today.
How about you guys? Did you learn anything?
Yeah.
What'd you learn, Dan?
I was just definitely noticing, they were doing their podcasts on future cities, and a lot of the ideas I was hearing in their podcasts made me realize just even at their age how aware they are of how things stand today in our current cities. And a lot of things they planned in their future cities seem to be evidence of that to me. Like
Removing it.
I hear things like they want it to be environmentally friendly, things like that. Like
Yeah,
Pretty
and-
cool, right?
And some
Yeah.
didn't even want cities. Like the last kid I talked to, he didn't even want a city. He wanted a small town because he's like big cities kind of bring out, like, I'll say, the wrong type of energy. So he wanted a small town to keep it, I'll say, just to keep it structured. But he wanted it modern though, but he just wanted it small. So everybody knows everybody.
They didn't want any race. Any
Really?
race issues. I heard a
Oh.
few of those today. No race
Interesting.
issues. Everybody was equal. They didn't want damage to the environment, so I asked them, well, how do you get into the city? Electric everything, including planes. Everything was electric. And don't tell me they don't see what's going on around them. They get it. From the youngest to the oldest. They understand there are problems right now, and they want to see the nonsense stop as well. So I learned a lot. And it was nice to watch these guys doing their thing, to listen. This business is all about your ears. That's why God gave you two. He only gave you one mouth. He gave you 2 ears. You got to listen. Listen to the problems. That's what's going on.
One
right now.
even said he didn't even want a city anymore. He said, I'm just thinking about another planet. So he told me a whole story about a planet that he's building for, I'll say, kids of his age. Their high schoolers, kids of his age, to do anything that they would want, but still have that structure.
Interesting. And Vinny got to work with one of the students. A lot of these kids are graduating, all of them. And then we've got the younger ones. And my little friend, who's little me, I said to her, she wanted to say hello to me. So I went in to the schoolhouse before we left. She didn't have her mask on. She was having her little magical snack. And I said to her, what's the most magical thing that you know? And she goes, unicorns. I'm like, okay. I know. So cute. Back
Talk
to
about
unicorns.
Clubhouse.
It's
and
like
treehouse.
squirrel.
Let me ask you a question. If I take a horn and I stick it on a horse's head,
You'll
here,
be afraid of
and glue
corn.
it, would it be a unicorn?
You'll be
Actually, we
afraid.
had
You'll
a
be
guest
afraid
in
of corn.
yesterday, and he wants Jay Harmon to take that beautiful drawing and make it a unicorn for his daughter.
Oh, that's true. Well, I'm going to tell you, I made an appointment to call him to come in. I found out some interesting stuff at Beaucaire. They're looking for somebody to do what he does,
Nice.
but they are going to put him under some scrutiny.
Oh, and just so you don't think Facebook isn't really listening to you,
They send it to you. I know, me too.
I was talking to Teddy last night and scrolling through, and a whole big ad came up for solar energy panels. And
That is-
clearly, it's not
yes.
because I was searching, it's because we've been chatting about it on our show,
Yes.
true.
right? Mm-hmm. That's amazing what's going on.
It is. I find it intrusive, but that's just me.
There's no denying what it is.
Now,
It is-
before we go to Manchester,
Yes.
I want to talk to Doc a little bit about her experience.
You're now a doctor, by the way.
Yes, she is. About your experience doing Fuego 2.0.
Fuego 2.0. What was like fuego in Spanish it means fire, and I think it was trial by fire. That was brutal, Freddie.
That wasn't
Thanks a
brutal.
lot.
Okay, it's a little early. It wasn't brutal. Now we had a.
No. Let me put it into context. So I've never done this, right? I have to go on this monologue, which I have a whole new respect for late night hosts, and then I'm told that it's not. I have to redo it.
And we said, you gotta go again.
Yes. So I'm having a senior moment. Did I say this before? Did I say it now? I'm not remembering anything I said.
Now
So,
the
yeah.
funny thing is that we uncovered the problem. So the question was if it was going to record with sound or not.
Did it?
So it doesn't matter. I said let her go a little longer because I wanted to get the nerve. I could see the nervousness on you when you started.
Uh-huh.
And I said, okay, don't go and tell her she got to start all over again. So you not only did one take, you did two.
I know. It was painful.
It wasn't. I think you were better on the second take than you were on the first.
Well, it definitely helped to have, it was like a dress rehearsal, right? So it was helpful to have verbalized a few ideas before. But in general, just to have a conversation about myself, I guess, for 15
About
minutes.
your book,
My book, but
about
you
your
know,
history,
yes.
about everything that brought you to here today. There's a lot of things to talk about.
There was a lot, but you know, I have a whole new respect for thinking on the spur of the moment, as you guys are right there.
Well, forget
'Cause-
senior moments because I seem to be having them all the time. I'm always like, what's that name?
Crickets.
Yes. No.
I know.
There were,
You
there
know,
were,
but you get better at it. You also, you know, I listened to your conversation yesterday, and a lot about what went on today was because of what you did yesterday. You know, learning about who you are and the different things that you've been through and the trials and tribulations and how you've matured over things that have come your way, that whole growth thing. I just added water and mix. I listened to what you said, and I put a mic in front of you so you could say it louder.
well, good. Good.
So-
If there's someone out there that's listening to this and is going to get some nugget of something out of it, then my trial by fire was totally worth it.
Trial by fire.
On Fuego 2.0. It
What-
really is a 2.0
You
because
got
I
to
did
do
a
it twice.
one twice.
What was the message that you sent out?
In the
Fuego?
Fuego? I don't know. I went through so many, but one was abandoning the notion of control.
Were you a control freak at one time?
I'm a type A. I'm a total type A. And I've
And this took
learned
you out of your element, didn't it?
totally. So
And-
I've learned to be a non-type A because I appreciate not being one. But inherently, I can't, you know, a leopard is not going to change their spots. So I will always tend to revert to that. And
You know, it's funny you said that because when I got this tattoo, that's what they told me. But as I've gotten older, these spots have gotten longer. So yeah, they do change this.
Are they changing?
they've just gotten bigger.
Yeah, I'm bigger, but they do.
Yeah. So
You know, the amazing
Okay.
thing is that you learn to do things that you weren't comfortable doing them, and then you find out you're pretty good at it. I gotta tell you, my co-host here for 4 years told me no, and she's pretty good at it.
I think she's phenomenal.
And the funny thing is that when we started this business, I never forget the first time we went on a business deal, and I was under the desk, and I was like, I can't believe she said that. And I was like, ugh. And then now she's a better closer than I am at doing them. Because you learn. There is no such thing as birth and know. It's only birth and learn. So I wanted to take you out of your element because I wanted to show you you're pretty good at it. And you did it in Spanish.
Yeah, that was another challenge. Like, I think in another, you know, years ago, I was very fluent in, I am fluent in Spanish, but I was practicing it more because I was in Latin America. So my Spanish was much better than my English. It was interesting to see the reversal because I haven't had to do so much Spanish speaking for a long time. So
That's
that was
amazing.
a personal experience.
Well, we like to put you out of your element in this place.
Clearly.
Well, the notion of giving up control is tremendous on no matter what language you speak, because we all try and control what we can control until you realize God's got a bigger plan.
Exactly.
And what's really out of our control. So all this mopping and sweeping I do to control what?
Yes.
Because ultimately it's there's
And his
another
plan is usually much better than my very limited viewpoint plan. So
See, but what's amazing that you can say that is if you have to get her book and understand why. Your story, and people would look back and say, how can you think this was good on God's plan?
exactly. And I think, you know what? I think it really boils down to choice. And you can choose to see your world. That is your choice. So I put on rose-colored glasses and I look at everything as a, you know, it could be bad now, but it could be better later. And that has been my experience. It was really bad then, but look at where we are now. So but it's a choice. It's a choice I conscientiously made, you know.
And it's a great segment. You talked about mental health. I was talking to one of the girls today, and she was talking about her city, and it's a whole mental health, wellness type of city that she wants. And right now, that's what it is. And it comes down to choice. And these people who take their lives and all of these things, it's so bad. That's the mental health component of it. It's not that they even have the choice, but they need help to see that there are rose-colored glasses, that there are
Yes.
maybe some other
Or
options.
you can choose to put on the dark glasses and not see
or be in that dark
or
room.
be in that
You know,
place.
it's really funny because when I lost my dad, a lot of the things that he said to me didn't make sense in the day. I didn't understand what the hell he was talking about. And now I look back at a lot of because they call them Freddieisms. They want to write books about Freddieisms. But a lot of it had to come from the lessons he taught me, which at the time I didn't understand. So it comes to nature. Here you are, you suffered loss and everything else, and you have a secret ingredient with the lemongrass.
Yes.
Now, did you wake up one day and decide, today I'm going to grow lemongrass?
No, that was an interesting. I like to garden. I just do. It connects me to the earth. It grounds me. So I had planted this particular plant in a rather prominent place. And then it was getting a little bit out of control. So I decided to give it a haircut. But I had all of these beautiful leaves. And I'm like, well, what do I do with this? So my mom gave me some ideas. I acted upon them. And then I served it to a group of friends. And they were like, Deb, this is amazing. Now, that being said, no one had ever tasted lemongrass prepared the way I had done it. I don't even think it exists in any market. So they were very surprised about it. I was enjoying it. And we left it at that. And lo and behold, a couple months later, one of my friends says, well, this has incredible medicinal properties. We should really take this to market. So that's how it happened.
But now you have a crossroad, whether or not you want to take that road's choice.
It is a choice, yes.
But that didn't happen when you planned it. This happened before you planned it. You just got to catch up. You know, it's funny. If I hit Dawn with this bottle over her head, right? God forbid. It's in the future. It's happened. I'm catching up, and then it happens.
You're
Or
just
she hits
nuts.
me over the head. It happens. We talked about this. Things in our life happen. The faster you get to the spot, the faster you realize it's there. So there are things that you learn, especially from loss, on how to speed up the process to get to the spot that you should have been at. I don't know if that makes any sense.
It makes sense to me in the sense that I believe that our lives are pretty much set, our path. We just don't know, but someone up there does know what's going to happen. And if we are quiet enough to listen to the cues, then we'll get there. So it's a combination of action, running, and then be quiet.
Listening to the
And it's a
messages.
Maybe you need a second book.
Sit in the silence.
Let's just get this one where it needs to go.
Taking the second book takes longer than the first.
Beyond the Breakpoint, you can find it by Debbie Ferris at Amazon.com, or just put in her name and it'll pop up on social media. Also, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we've got Tony McKenzie joining us
Over the pond.
from our Manchester studio. So give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio A, and we'll be right back.
Do you need a strong cup of coffee to get you through your day? Try your very own Brooklyn Cafe Show coffee, the official coffee of the Brooklyn Cafe Show. You can pick up a bag from us, or two. Contact us at 866-224-5422, or just stop on by. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, Suite 13. Come on in, grab a bag of our signature Brooklyn Cafe coffee. The cafe doors are always open.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
Amp Media Productions and WNN Money Talk Radio have been in conjoint business for 10 years. They've been working around the clock, nonstop, to promote over 500 shows and businesses with added platforms such as social media live streaming, podcasts, and the specialty of live radio. To amplify your impact and start your show today, contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
How'd you like the morning show?
From the car. Morning show in the car.
I like that.
You
We
know,
should have a whole breakfast in front of us.
we
when we're
actually, she
driving.
brought breakfast for us, and we said, perfect timing, we're leaving. She says, but you're here, and we left.
I don't know how to manipulate the thing and the thing.
I'm just glad that we
need
put a lid on
another
your
arm.
coffee cup today.
Yeah, that was very cool.
We're heading over the pond to Manchester Studios with our good friend Tony McKenzie. How you doing, Tony?
Hello there. I'm doing good, thank you. How are you too?
We're great. How is everything?
Good. Yes. Just things are moving forward.
You're very
I'm getting on
energetic.
busy.
I love that. And it's, oh my goodness, 6 o'clock there?
Yes. 6:30.
6:30 there. And the weather
Yes,
looks
it is.
lovely. I'm following all of your posts and it looks beautiful.
Yeah, we've had quite a bit of sun. Temperatures are not terribly high, but they're warm. They have been warmish. But we've also had some rain the last couple of days. But that's English weather for you. It's so changeable. You just have to go with the flow.
Things are opening up. Things are good.
Yes, absolutely. Been out for lunch again, sitting outside in the sunshine, which was lovely. I love doing that. So it's great to be able to do it again.
Did they pass the mandate there? You don't have to wear a mask if you're on the outside?
You don't have to wear it on the outside, but you do if you're going inside. If you're eating outside and you want to go to the building to use the toilet, you have to put your mask on.
Yep.
Or shops when you go to shops.
Here, the mandate now for outside, you don't have to wear a mask if the group of people you're with have been vaccinated. So Spain, did you see this morning? Spain did a test last month. They had 5,000 people at a concert. And everybody got a mask. And they took a test before you went into the stadium. It must have taken 5 hours to get people into the stadium, right? Only 6 cases came back positive. So they think that maybe what's happening right now is working. So
Yeah.
Which is
I
good.
hope so.
You know, it's
Yes,
all about
yeah.
keeping people safe and moving on. And then there's that whole choice thing. So.
I don't want to talk about that.
You never wants to hear the other side, but that's okay. We don't have to hear the other side because you have an amazing guest joining us, Fred the dinosaur.
Finally, a book
Absolutely.
about me. Yeah.
Your namesake, Fred, is it the sneezing dinosaur? Not dinosaur, dragon. Fred,
Frog.
the sneezing dragon.
All right, wait a minute. What is he, a frog, a dinosaur?
A dragon.
A dragon?
A sneezing dragon.
Do you have a downlink?
Yeah.
I
So
do
my guest
indeed.
today, hi Faye, my guest is Faye Evans, who's wrote a lovely colour picture book for children, and is now, her dream, and she's heading in the right direction, is to turn the book into a musical for children.
It's amazing.
That's right.
Welcome,
Oh, thank you
Faye.
for having me. It's lovely to see you all.
How did you ladies meet? Tony, how did you meet Faye?
Again, through St. Francis Networking.
Of course.
Mentioned me every week, I think. Yeah.
Didn't you have that today? I got notification that at 6 a.m. our time was Sue's group today.
Oh, right. Sorry, but 6 a.m. your time, what there was, there was an event on it, I believe.
So I got notified that I could join her event today, which was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Faye, tell us
so
about
good.
Fred the Sneezing Dragon.
Oh, yeah, thank you very much. So what I'd like to do today, I would like to introduce Freddie to his namesake, Fred the Fire Sneezing Dragon.
Freddie.
And I would like to help everyone to get in touch with their inner child.
Oh.
Okay? So first of all, I would like everybody to put one hand in the air for me. Now put your other hand in the air. And I'm just going to introduce myself. So my name is Faye Evans. I'm a children's author, storyteller, and, give me big jazz hands, a musical theatre maker. Ta-da! Thank you very much. So yes, my life role is all about writing and sharing stories with children. So I'm the proud author of 2 books that I've published in the last couple of years. I'm also a storyteller, so I take those books into primary schools and do storytelling sessions with children aged from anything as young as 2 up to around 10 years old. And now I'm turning my first book, Fred the Fire Sneezing Dragon, into an all-singing, all-sneezing stage musical.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
Wait, do you have a doll of Fred the Dragon?
I do. It's funny you should say that because he'd really like to meet you. So
I
I'll
would
bring
love
him
to
on.
meet the dragon.
Here he comes. So this is my little mascot, Fred the Fire Sneezing Dragon. There he is in all his glory. Yeah, he's cute, isn't he? With his little wings and his little red spike. So that's Fred. And he is the star of my book. You may sort of recognise the resemblance. There he is on the cover, look. So that's Fred the Fire Sneezing Dragon.
So what's a fire sneezing dragon?
Well, it's funny you should ask that. So obviously we know that dragons breathe fire. That's what dragons do. But when dragons are little and they're at school, it's against the rules to breathe fire. But poor Fred, when he goes to school, whenever he sneezes, he accidentally sneezes fire. And it causes all sorts of chaos at school for poor Fred.
Kleenex just called. They have a fire retardant tissue to help out Fred.
Perfect.
Lord.
So how did
That would
Fred
be
come
great.
to be? How did this whole idea manifest for you?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I don't know is the answer to that. Stories just come to me from my imagination. So I have ideas for stories all the time. I always have a little notebook nearby so I can write those ideas down. And sometimes my best ideas for stories come in the middle of the night. So I'll have a little notepad and pen at the side of my bed and I'll reach out in the middle of the night and scribble the idea down before I forget. And in the morning, I'll try and decipher my handwriting to see what the idea was. But yeah, stories come from anywhere. But yeah, Fred was originally written back in 2017, and I published the book on my birthday in September 2017.
Do any
So
of these,
ever since then.
do any of these characters have any like people in your life or anything in the past?
It's funny you should say that. So the character of Fred, his name, which is obviously a brilliant name, Freddie,
Brilliant,
name.
brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
my granddad was called Fred, so I think that's where that came from. So yeah, probably named after my granddad. And also, I don't know where I got the idea about sneezing from, but my husband does incredibly loud sneezes. He like sneezes with his voice. So it kind of, you know, shakes the walls when he sneezes. So maybe I got a bit of an idea about sneezing from that.
What is his name?
Oh, husband's name is Matthew.
Matt?
Yeah, he's not Fred. He's not Fred.
He's not that, he's Matt.
Matt?
So I'm thinking that you must have a degree in child education or something.
Oh, no, I haven't really. So yeah, I've always loved writing. So I've always been into, you know, sort of creative writing. And I remember my sort of earliest kind of memory of wanting to write was when I was at primary school and I was 8 years old and we had a full school assembly. So all the children from the school were all gathered in the hall and the teachers were at the front and the head teacher called out my name. And I had to go to the front in front of everybody. Can you imagine how that felt at 8 years old? I was worried I was going to be in trouble or something, but fortunately I wasn't in trouble. So the head teacher wanted to congratulate me because he'd found a story that I'd written aged 8 in my best joined up handwriting. And he'd read that story and enjoyed it so much that he put it on the wall outside his office for everybody to see and enjoy. So I decided at that moment when I was 8 years old that I loved writing and best of all sharing stories to entertain people. So that was how I sort of started off on my journey. A couple of years later, for my 11th birthday, I got a brilliant present, which was a diary. So I wrote in my diary every night before I went to sleep for over 10 years. And that was really me practicing my writing and my storytelling because I was, you know, telling the story of my life in those diaries. So I, you know, practiced my writing for all those years. At university, I did sort of English and media studies, and then I went on to be a journalist. So I started out on a local newspaper, you know, writing news stories. So telling those types of stories so people could read all about it in their newspapers. So I've always been a writer. I did a postgraduate degree, a master's degree in TV and radio script writing. So, you know, that's what brought in the creative side a bit more. And then about 10 years ago.
Maybe you can help us write some commercials that we're working on.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Yeah,
Well,
I also worked in.
How are you going to bring Fred to the big stage?
Well, this is the exciting thing. So yeah, my book itself, the thing about my books is they're not just to be kind of read to children and that's it. They're about getting children to interact with the story. So at the beginning of the book, there are some little actions to learn and join in with so that you can sneeze along with Fred as you read the story. So I'd like to demonstrate with you, if you'd like to. Would you like to learn the actions to see how you can sneeze
learn
along
how to
with
sneeze
Fred?
like Fred?
To see what all the kids do. Okay,
Listen,
let's
I
do
don't
it.
have a problem learning how to sneeze, but I'm all in.
Brilliant. Okay, so I'll only read a bit of the story, but when I read the story to you, I want you to listen really carefully. So the first thing that we all need to do is switch on our listening ears. So if you just reach behind your ears and just turn the little switch, wait till it clicks, and then your listening ears will be on. Brilliant. Oh, you've done that bit. You found it, Freddie. Oh no, okay. Right, I think they're on. So I need you to listen really carefully. And when I read you the story, when I say the word toes, I would like you to tap your toes on the floor. Now, you can't see my toes, so I can't demonstrate, but I have some toes here that I prepared earlier. So will you just tap your toes on the floor for me? Go on, give it a go. Tap your toes. Come on, Dawn, let's see you do it. Tap your toes on the floor. Go on, that's it. Brilliant. Okay. The next word to listen out for is the word knees. And when I say the word knees, I want you all to squeeze your knees. So there's a knee. Look, give your knees a little squeeze. There you go. Squeeze your knees. Fantastic. The next action, and the next word to listen out for is the word tummy. When I say the word tummy, I want you to tickle your tummy. So tickle your tummy. That's it. Your own tummy, not anyone else's. Tickle your tummy. Fantastic. Well
How you
done,
doing,
well done.
Tony?
Yeah,
You got this?
She's doing well.
I have an Audi.
Doing well.
No,
The next action, the next word is the word wriggle. Guess what I want you to do when I say the word wriggle? Yeah, I want you to wriggle and jiggle your body. So have a little dance. Fantastic. Come on,
This is
Freddie, let's
slick.
see those moves.
Fred, you got to think about this now. You
Little
got
wriggle.
toes, knees,
Oh,
tummy,
nice.
wiggle, ears.
That's the way I show up to work every morning.
Excellent, excellent. You're used to that. That's perfect. And the final word to listen out for is the word face. And when I say the word face, I'd like you to have a go at twitching your face. So a little bit like this. A bit like a rabbit. Oh, that's it. Freddie,
Don't
that's
do that.
brilliant. You've got it in one. That's perfect.
Don't
Perfect.
twitch your face. What do you think, you're
Twitch your
bewitched?
Doesn't twitch so well.
And finally, in the story of Fred the Fire Sneezing Dragon, when Fred sneezes, he says a big achoo. So after 3, let's do this all together. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Achoo!
Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so we're going to tap our toes. We're going to squeeze our knees, tickle our tummies,
Do a little dance.
wriggle our body, twitch our face, and say achoo.
Achoo.
Perfect, perfect.
Achoo.
Okay.
Achoo! I think ooh.
So let's just read the first part of the story and you can join in with those actions. I'll tell you when. Fred, the young dragon, was constantly teased. Fire burst from the end of his nose when he sneezed. If Fred caught a cold or a slight sniff of dust, his nose would explode with a blazing hot gust. Okay, here we go, ready for the actions. First came a tickle way down in his toes, tap your toes. Then up past his knees, squeeze your knees.
Ouch.
To his tummy, it rose, tickle your tummy. The tickle got bigger and bigger until he wriggled and jiggled and couldn't keep still. His face started twitching. Then all he could do was let out a noisy and flaming
Achoo!
You've got it. You've got it. Brilliant.
I'm gonna
That's
tell
what
you,
my story's
you
all
are from-
about. Like getting people to interact.
Where are
with the-
you
with the-
located? What country? What part of the world are you in?
I'm in a bit of a strange world, some would say, but no, I'm in Manchester, just near Manchester in the northwest of England.
Right near
so
Tony.
near to where Tony's based.
This chick is off the hook. I'm
Tony, you
telling
always find so many great fun guests.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting all that actually, but it was great.
That's amazing. And when is your musical going to be available? When can people watch it?
Yeah, so now that I've got lots of children involved by doing author visits in primary schools all across the UK, my big dream now is to turn it into a musical theatre show. So I'm applying for Arts Council funding to help me do that. I'll be working with a director and a cast of professional actors, and we'll be workshopping the script that I've written and getting it up on its feet and taking it from page to stage. And I've also collaborated with a composer who's written some amazing music to go with the show. So we've got a power ballad for the main man himself, for Fred the Dragon. We've got a rock and roll number. We've got a kind of funky rap. We've got a folk song. We've got all sorts of brilliant music just to get children involved, get them singing along, and getting them joining in with the actions and joining in with the show.
Oh my
so
God.
so that's the big plan now.
So much fun, and kids need it so much. We work with kids Monday afternoons at one of the schools, and we're talking about how they love magic. I'm sure they would love Fred the Fire Sneezing Dragon.
Who wouldn't love Fred the
especially
Fire?
coming from
Who
you.
would? I will put on a whole suit.
You gonna come dressed as a dragon?
I want to dress as a
Yeah,
dragon.
Sit in their desk.
Yeah, but I want
We
to
will,
have
be
a
we will be holding auditions shortly. So, you know, Freddie, if you'd like to audition.
audition, you say. Audition. I will come with a fire extinguisher, which I shall dye red.
Fantastic. Yeah,
Oh
that
my
could
gosh,
work
you
really
ladies
well.
are amazing. How do people get the book?
So the book is available on Amazon. So it's available worldwide. Just search for either Faye Evans or Fred the Fire Sneezing Dragon. And I've also recently launched a GoFundMe crowdfunder to help part fund the application for the Arts Council grant. So if anyone's interested in learning more about the show and what the plans are, you can just visit gofundme.com and search for Faye Evans or Fred the Musical.
I love it. And Tony, about your book, how do people get your book and get in touch with you?
Yeah, my book is available from Amazon and also Barnes & Noble in America. And my website is innerdepth, with an S on the end, .co.uk.
Well, Amy always loves that when you're on, she goes, oh, we're going to Manchester today. So Amy's in studio with us also. She says, hi, Tony.
Howdy, Tony. Hi, Amy.
You ladies are amazing. I love your energy at night. For us, it's 5 hours earlier, and I'm exhausted. I feel like it's midnight.
You're killing me.
You too?
Yes.
We've been running all day. I'm getting too old to keep running like this. We've got to send out our young crew instead of us all the time. But Faye, I love your energy. I love your book, Fred the Fire Sneezing Dragon. Sounds like a whole lot of fun. Amazing energy you have. Tony, as always, an incredible guest.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Have a great night. Stay safe.
Thank you, Tony.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Achoo.
That's funny.
You have to put your phone down to sneeze.
There are people that are writing in.
And what are they saying?
They want to know how to get this lady's book and everything else. I don't know.
Faye Evans, you can find her on social media, Fred, the Fire Sneezing Dragon, and it can be shipped anywhere from Amazon, I am sure. So check that out. It looks like a lot of fun for the kids.
It's funny. There seems to be a lot of reading going on lately.
Yeah, that's how you get educated. Edumacated,
I want to
call
open
it.
a book and it's the video
That'd be a movie.
inside the book.
You can package it that way.
Can I do that?
Remember, I think it was Harry Potter. They opened the book, right? And then there was like a 3D hologram and you could see it coming to life.
I think I want to have a screen inside the book.
I can't even say you're crazy because you make these ideas happen. So I'm just going to let you roll with your ideas.
I think it might work.
You guys have an hour, boys in the back. Look at their faces. They're like, okay, we
Are
got
we like
this.
closer to the end?
It's done.
We got 2 done. No, you're wrong. You got 2. You know, 4 minus 2 means we need 2 more. No, he said we got 2.
Riley did 2. Riley did 2. Dan did 1 and Slick did 1.
We're going to have an author read
Debbie's
them,
going to judge it.
and she's going to tell us whether or not they are radio for Comcast. Debbie, you didn't think you were just here. I'm going to give you more bagels.
Yeah. And Debbie also reps a clothing line, which I haven't even learned so much about.
When
so.
did that happen?
Oh, she's not doing that anymore.
You have old clothes?
They're corporate clothes, though.
That's okay.
What are you going to do with them?
Bikinis are part of corporate America today. Yes, they are, because nobody goes to work anymore. They stay home and work from home.
Oh, that's a whole nother thing. People don't want to go back to work
So you
now.
put on your suit, and with the bikini underneath, you jump in the pool, you dry off, and you go back to work. I know what's going on.
Is that what it is?
I got my finger on the pulse. Look, Amy laughs. How many times you done that?
Here up.
That's why
it.
guys normally forget they have pants on, off. Not a pretty sight.
No, definitely not. And on that note, guys, we're going to wrap this
Why
up.
are you wrapping it up?
We got Amy's show.
We didn't talk about your. No, okay.
We got Amy's show. Tune in for The Art of Amy Reshevsky. Let's talk art. Who's your guest today? Murph. I don't know anything about Murph, but we're going to find out about Murph.
Is he coming in?
All right, so we'll get to meet
Because I don't
Murph.
see him at the door. My handy dandy doorbell. Ding dong!
Yes, for all of you who are wondering what it is, our phones keep going off. Every motion detector, every time a tree blows,
A leaf
or a car
blows.
drives by, we
Isn't
get a
that a
motion
song?
sensor.
Is
Or
it?
a lizard.
No, they better not be. Don't kill the big giant lizard.
I didn't actually. I cleaned it up is what I did.
It was bigger than you.
It was an
this
iguana.
time.
I had to clean it. I didn't do it.
No, that's the mate.
I need to go. Oh my gosh! And there
You
goes the
have a
doorbell.
cook iguana?
There was motion at your door.
We're gonna get you out of your element. No, I'm only kidding. Not there.
Yes, every time this leaf blows, we have motion at the door. It's a lovely
My
day
phone
in South
has
Florida.
never been so busy in my life.
Have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay safe. We started with a little Lost Harbor to start our day. Tomorrow is, of course, Gubba Rum Day because Steve will be back in the house. We've got coffee brewing.
He's
and
been texting me. He's the guy I'm talking to.
All right. Have a great day, everyone. Get another cup of coffee. It's only Wednesday. Have a great day.
Grab a bagel.
Stay safe.
Part
We will
2.
see you tomorrow, 9 a.m.
Okay?
drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save it. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing me in drops of ink that gleams across my body.